What's up, guys? Good afternoon. How are you guys doing? Like, how are you watching me? How are you doing? How is this, season? How is the staying at home, you know, um, working for you? I hope you are trying your best to be happy because sometimes when we stay at home too much, we begin to develop this kind of excessive boredom, and before you know it, you'll be so unhappy, like you know. So let us remember that we are staying at home for our own good, despite the fact that me personally, I am not loving this. It is not sweeting me at all, at all, at all. But you know, I have to. I don't have any other choice, because even if you go out, the police people will not even allow you drive. So I've not been able to go out except when, I think 2 days ago, when it was actually in the night when we went to buy something. It was in the evening, down in the evening. Okay, guys, so I just want to tell you guys about my mother-in-law, because um, I've actually not made a video about her ever since that time that she was not well. So I just wanted to tell you guys the updates of her, and where is she right now, and her health, and all of those things. Okay, so when she came, the last video I made about her, trying to tell you guys that she has actually recovered. She recovered that day, and I think the next day or two she was still not really well. So we had to again take her back to the hospital, to run another tests, and they run some tests for her, and then they diagnose her of what is the name of that stuff, sef? um I'll remember before the end of the video. Okay, so um my husband had to take her somewhere else for them to treat her, because they need to keep her there for some while, to somewhere, another hospital apart from that particular, because we took her to a general hospital. So my husband took her to one private hospital, and then she stayed there for a few days, and she was taking some medication and stuff and all of that stuff. But of course they said I shouldn't visit, because I'm actually carrying a baby, which should not be exposed to some, to the hospital, especially to some places in the hospital. So I personally, I didn't actually go until she came back. And yeah, I'm gonna be putting a picture, sorry, not a picture, a video of her when she came back. See ma, see your grandma, see your see your grandma, see your grandma. See how you dey look. Okay, and I don't rub them. The fiera. Okay, ma. See your grandma. See your grandma. See your grandma. Is it like? And although when she came back from that place, they gave her, in that other hospital she stayed, they gave her some treatment, treating that particular um, um, illness and stuff. So she was actually okay, and then they now said, okay, she was discharged in that particular hospital. So we now brought her back, and there was another thing that was actually happening. She was actually like stooling and like excessively. So um, my husband's my husband's brother now asks him to go and get some herbal stuff. You know, we Nigerians most of the time we do herbal too. Okay, so since she has actually finished taking the orthodox drugs, she finished taking everything, and then my husband now went to Suleja. Is it Suleja? Yeah, Suleja. Yeah, Suleja. Suleja or Mina or something. Yeah, I think Mina. Suleja. Yeah. Now went there, collected the herbal stuff. We bought that one. Man, herbal medicine nowadays is even more expensive. Some of them are even more expensive than the orthodox drugs. So mother went there, collected some herbal stuff, and you know she started taking it. But the she since as at that time this whole um, virus thing has not yet gone to this point. Now you guys know as at that time, so she was just here in the house with me, and me that I cannot speak Igbo with her, and she that she cannot speak English with me. It was kind of difficult for me, for the two of us. Well, I don't know for her, but for me it was kind of difficult for me because I can't speak I can't speak to her except I call my husband. Please tell your mom that she should go and take her bath. Please tell your mom that she should drink this tea. Please tell your mom that she should eat this food. All of that stuff. So it was just very difficult until it was difficult until when Elizabeth comes back from school, as at that time the school was not locked down yet. So it's only that little time that Elizabeth will be back from school and in the house that I can say, Elizabeth, tell your grandma this, and all of that stuff. So it was kind of difficult for me to communicate to her and tell her, take your medication, and to add to that, the medicine was very bitter according to my husband because I didn't test it. It was very bitter, but she took that and then she was fine. We now had to take her back to the hospital, back to general hospital, like it was going here, 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 here. Like it was a very, very busy period for my husband. Like we usually don't even sleep at night because we have to take her to the hospital take her back, take her, all of that stuff. I meet her for some days, they discharge her and stuff. So my husband had to take her back to the hospital. So they now did the test and she was good. She was free of that illness and she was fine. And then she now developed another thing on her leg. I think that particular one, I kind of feel that it's rheumatism because the leg has actually been paining her for some time. So we now went to buy another medicine and all of that stuff. The whole medicine was plenty. That woman tried a whole lot to be taking medicine up and down. If it's me, I can't. I honestly cannot take medicine like that. So so plenty. After orthodox drugs, you take all of those agbo, drinking, then all of those stuff, very, very bitter and all of that stuff. So for the leg, my husband bought that medicine, and along the line, their auntie, well, I say their auntie in the village, in Abakaliki, now said that we should bring her back, okay, so that she can be able to communicate to her. Since she has been discharged from the hospital, she's fine. It's just the leg that is actually disturbing her. That we see, and since they've actually given her medicine for that we should bring her back to the village, that she's going to recover, and that when she sees people that she can actually talk to and all of that stuff, she would begin to, get better by the day. Unlike, good afternoon, well done. I actually opened the door to my house, like not the main door, this other side, because there's no light. Anyway, so since she's going to, see other people that she can relate with, talk to, stand up in the morning, talk to people and all of that stuff, that she's going to get better. But lying down here and just seeing me and not being able to talk to me and waiting for my husband to come back all the time, it was kind of, it was not making her, I don't know, like, when you're not feeling well and you need to talk to people, so that's what I saw. So anyway, to round the whole thing up, I showed you a video of her, when she was discharged from the hospital and she dancing and all of that stuff. So before the lockdown, so my husband now had to, take her back to the village. But of course, this time she did not go alone. She didn't go alone. She went with my in-law, which is my husband's younger brother. So he was actually the one that took her home. And as the thing is that she was actually discharged from the hospital, that she is fine. But since she was here, she wasn't actually, you know, very smart and all of that stuff. But when she went back to the village, the next 2 3 days, she called and said she's getting better and stuff. So, because she actually saw so many people who could gist with her, she could at least stand up and see plenty of people. Anybody that comes into the house, you know, since it's actually not, it's the house in the village is actually a family house where there are a lot of people, yeah. So she's actually not alone. She would be associated with people that can speak Ubru with her and that can make her feel lively, because being here was like very very, very, will I say, very bored for her. Yeah, because she could not discuss. Even if she wants to talk to me, she'll speak Igbo, and to me, I cannot understand any Igbo. So if I want to speak with her, I speak English. So, and for her, she cannot understand English. So it was very very, it was kind of tough for the two of us. But now she's actually in the village. She is back home and she is actually doing well. And of course, before she went back, she was healed. She was fine, at least to our ability or capability. We took care of her. But the only thing that I saw that she was lacking was, communicating with other people and talking and feeling better and all of that stuff. So the update is that my mother-in-law is back home and she is fine and she misses us, and she was like, oh, I wish she was fine to be able to take pictures with all of her grandchildren and all of that stuff. So whenever she comes back, she would take pictures. This time wasn't a very very good time for her to take pictures because she was not well. Okay, so that's just the update of my mother-in-law. Okay, so you don't get to be asking or be assuming things. I just needed you to know that, and I just needed you guys to know that she is back home and she is very very fine. Okay, so my experience, let me tell you guys my experience. She being here, it was an exciting experience that she came. And of course, I've actually stayed with her for some days back there in the village. And man, it is not good. It's not good staying with someone, like sitting with someone you cannot communicate with. Honestly, that's just one disadvantage in intermarriage. Yeah, that's just one. I think that's the only one I see. language. And me, I don't have ears for language, but I'll try to learn. I know you guys will tell me in the comment section, you need to learn, try to learn, or stuff. I'll try to learn, because whenever we speak on the phone, she speaks definitely with me. So I've been trying my best to be able to learn the little and the greeting part of Igbo. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope the video was informative. Most definitely it was just to inform you guys that she is back home, and thank God it wasn't at that rush hour when people were running to the village, and all of that stuff, because it wouldn't have been nice. So she left. I mean, she went when the whole coronavirus thing has actually not like hit Abuja too well like this. Yeah, so she is fine, and she even called my husband and said she wants to start farming. Can you imagine that? It's raining over there, that she wants to start farming what's I am. My husband told her to rest. But I kind of saw that if she, all of these village people, when my grandmom was still alive, she actually farmed until she didn't even have any strength to farm anymore. Because when you tell them that stop doing what you're doing, it's just like telling them that go and get sick. Do you understand? Because they have to. That was what I was telling my husband, anyways. Because they have to, you know, they have to be working. They have to engage themselves in activities like going out, going to the farm, at least going to check the farm and all of that stuff. So I told my husband, if she wants to farm, just allow her, but she should not farm too much. Like just one plot of farmland is enough, not more than one. Okay, just so she can be able to, you know, to have an activity, going on and stuff. Yeah, so that's it, and we are fine, and I hope you guys are fine. I love you guys so much, and bye, take care.